welcome back to this video. This is an impromptu live. We didn't do a live on Monday because of getting into the new season and everything. But
Right.
we decided to do something tonight because today, this afternoon, earlier today, Dallas came out with a video on The Chosen's YouTube channel and said it was called Your Wait for season 4 of The Chosen and Important News. This is what the video is called. I think is I let me I got that
It's
right.
called Your season 4 wait is over, right?
Mhm.
And there's also he shares some very fascinating news. I have not watched the video yet. This
So,
would
yeah,
be
I watched it just because I was curious about the news, but
right.
I called Joseph and said, "Let's do a live and go
Mhm.
through it with everybody and kinda discuss it because there's a lot we can discuss in it,
Yeah.
and I know everybody's really excited, and there's kind of we've all been on the edge of our seats per se, waiting
Yes.
for this season of the next season to
Yeah.
drop.
It's for streaming for free on the Chosen app. Now, we're gonna watch through this. We're gonna probably stop and start to share our
Mhm.
thoughts in between. So please, if you have thoughts, share in the chat.
Yeah.
We'll interact with you and we can discuss any thoughts you have as well. But let's go ahead and jump into this because I know this is about a 12-minute video that we have to get through. So let's go ahead and start this. All right.
Yeah.
All right, here we are, finally. So, I need you to pay close attention because not only am I going to give you the when of season 4, and I can now add very too soon. And not only am I going to give you the how to watch of season 4, there are only 2 ways. I have some very important information about how we got to this situation, what you've heard or said that's been wrong, and what all this means for the future of The Chosen.
I have a quick question. So we've talked in some of our videos about what's the situation going on, theories.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see because I haven't seen these yet. I'm curious to see if we were correct in our theories or our feelings about the situation. Right. I'm
Yeah.
curious to hear the details. Let us know in the chat if you guys were theorizing at all.
If all you care about is the when and how of season 4, you can scroll through this video for it, and that's fine. But if you are an investor, or if you've donated, or if you consider yourself a partner or family member in any way of this project, everything I have to share is very important. First things first, the when. I won't toy with you about that. As I've mentioned, we've had a legal dispute with Angel Studios, which I'll explain in a moment.
Okay.
We just received word of the decision.
Everybody knew.
And I am happy to tell you that episode 1 of season 4 will launch this Sunday at 7 o'clock Eastern time.
Okay, there it is. There it is. The long and everybody in the comments section of my videos asking me where and when can I watch The Chosen season 4? I was like, I would look at these comments and I would be like, I don't know. I watched them in theaters. If you missed it in theaters, you have to wait. That's what I was thinking. But now I can actually respond to all these messages. All right, this Sunday is when you can watch
This Sunday.
it.
Let's say the exact date.
7
Does he have a date
p.m.
on here?
So this Sunday is going to be, let's see, this Sunday is June 2nd. It's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern time at 8, and Thursday at 8:30 Eastern time. All right. Let's keep going.
And as I've said, we will release 2 episodes per week. So episode 2 will be Thursday at 8:30 Eastern time. Episodes will release on Sundays and Thursdays for the next month. Again, that's 7 o'clock on Sunday nights, 8:30.
It's kind of, I don't know.
Why on Sundays?
No, well, Thursday. Thursday's kind of an odd day, but maybe.
I think it's just
watch a lot on the weekend.
It's evenly spaced in between the week. It spaces out the episodes correctly. Yeah, I think Thursday's inappropriate. Also, Thursday is like official dates. Like Thursday night is when like movies for theaters release. So it's appropriate.
On Thursday nights. Now, I'm going to give you the how later in this video. And if you want to watch in double speed to get there, that's fine. And it's very important you pay attention so you can help others when you spread the word. But before that, I really do need to share why we're here and why there was a delay. I'm going to stick to the facts, not any mind reading or accusations or hyperbole.
Facts.
Now, honestly, that you kind of left that up to the audience, to the internet, Dallas, by,
Yeah,
if we're being honest, by saying there's any kind of legal dispute at all, or just like being so cryptic about it, man, you set our minds on fire. Like, we could not talk about this, you know?
well, I mean, legally, they probably weren't allowed to
I know
say
you're not
anything,
allowed to.
but
I know.
yeah, you left us. It's like being left on red. You left us on red, Dallas. You sent us a
Legally,
message and left us on red.
you left us on red. So, all right. So, but yeah, we'll have our own thoughts, but let's see what he has to say about what happened with the situation.
So The Chosen launched in 2017 with The Shepherd, our pilot episode, which was a short film I made on my friend's farm in Illinois, 20 minutes from my house.
Oh, we're starting at the beginning. All right. Let's keep
Well, he's got to talk
Chosen
about
lore.
right.
the contract with Angel Studios. So let's get
Oh,
It
okay.
was about the birth of Christ from the perspective of the shepherds. And it was then that I came up with the idea for a multi-season show about Jesus and his followers. That short film got in the hands of a company which at the time was called VidAngel, and they were looking for new projects to expand their platform. Neil and Jeffrey Harmon ran VidAngel, and when they heard my idea for the show, they were very emotional, and they said, we want to do it, and we want this to be our signature show that launches our original content initiatives.
Yeah.
For everybody who doesn't know, the guys who he just mentioned who started VidAngel, they did Squatty Potty and Poopery. Do you guys remember those?
Yeah.
They did those companies before they started VidAngel, and then VidAngel actually went bankrupt because they lost a lawsuit to Disney, because the idea behind VidAngel was, we're editing the garbage or like the cussing and sex and violence out of Hollywood movies and Hollywood shows, right? So yeah, it's like Clear Play but for streaming. And like Disney's like, that you're not allowed to edit our property. And so they lost a lawsuit to Disney, which he might explain. I don't know if he'll explain why they switched it from VidAngel to Angel Studios, but yeah, these guys have been up and down when it comes to the legal system, and they've been in the mix of it for a while.
And I got really excited. And then they said they wanted to raise the money through crowdfunding, and I got really depressed because crowdfunding rarely works, and the all-time media crowdfunding record was over $5 million, which seemed impossible for something that we were doing.
Yeah, I was going to say, talk to Olin Rogers.
Yeah, he's pretty learning.
He's pretty
There's
good.
A lot of people learning these days that crowdfunding is maybe the way to go.
Right. Olin Rogers, if you guys don't know, check him out. He did Final Space.
But I was coming off of a career failure. I didn't think anyone else would be interested, and I decided to take the risk and try something potentially special. And the Harmons were convinced this would be a massive hit, and they predicted it would change the world.
Correct.
Long story short, they were right. Their idea worked. We shattered the all-time crowdfunding record with over 16,000 of you investing over $10 million in our company and this show. And as I talk to you now, we are filming season 5.
Heck yeah.
And before I say anything else, let me be clear. The Chosen would not have launched without some of the ideas, initiatives, and extraordinary efforts of the Harmon brothers and so many of the incredible employees at their company.
Okay, so he hasn't really got into it, but right off the bat, I know this is him kind of sugarcoating, and I know they're people who kind of took his idea and wanted to.
He's giving them the flowers they're due. They believed in the project and got it off the ground, right?
I'm already, before I even watched this video, I kind of predicted he was going to do this. Of like, he didn't want to squash anybody's name or like say anything bad about anybody, so he's going to give his flowers and kind of sugarcoat the things that actually you'd be like, wait, that actually sounds not great. So, but he's kind of sugarcoating it a little bit. But let's go.
Well, you're spoiling it. I haven't seen what's happening yet. All right.
Introduced me to my founding partner, Daryl Eves, and we both love them and will always feel a great sense of appreciation for what they did to help bring this show to the world. So what's the problem, you might ask? Well, pretty early on, we realized the good news and bad news of how this project would work. The good news was that working with Angel meant I had total creative freedom and ownership, which was awesome. The tough news was that we realized we were responsible for immeasurably more than any of us expected in order for this show to survive. This became even more true when, after charging you to watch the show didn't work, we decided the show should be free. And Angel came up with the pay it forward model, where you could choose to pay for the show for yourself and others so it could be free around the world.
Just curious, if you guys have given any money to The Chosen, just leave it in the chat. I'm curious to see if anybody that finds their way to our video ever supported The Chosen, like past seasons or even this past season. I'm curious to see if there's anybody that watches our videos that helps support The Chosen.
But here's a quick overview of what we as The Chosen have been faced with. Of your pay it forward contributions, less than half of it actually came to us. It was somewhere around 40%. The rest went to marketing and Angel Studios. Now, if we were a one-off movie and that was just our share of income, that actually might be great. But we were solely responsible for the financing of future seasons, as in every dollar for production came from our side. Also, we had to form a company for all of this. Our company is responsible for and must pay for all of our legal stuff, including the fact that we're a public company that must report to the SEC. I'll spare you all the details, but it's all very expensive. Our international efforts to meet the extraordinary demands around the world, especially keeping it free for people around the world. All of our social media pages, our live streams, which we quickly realized were essential to our income, and all of our marketing content, like our videos and posters and memes and everything we post online. Because we are a free show, our direct relationship with you is the lifeblood of our survival, and we had to finance and execute all of that relationship. We went from just Daryl and me working for free to getting modest salaries, to hiring a few people to help, to eventually growing to where we are now. And today, we have over 65 full-time employees and are a fully fledged company with a board, an HR department, etc. All the usual things.
You thought it was a lot more.
I thought it was more. 65 is a lot, but it's not that many.
Well, if you're thinking about full-time employees for The Chosen, that's like ongoing salaries, like W-2 employees.
That is true. They might contract out, like, and we know
contract out a ton.
Yeah, especially like their DPs and camera operators, and their technical people. So yeah, you're right. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, we're talking about like W-2 employees for The Chosen LLC. Yeah. There's like 65.
Yeah, and they're only getting 40% of all of the income from it, which is crazy.
Well, 60%, right? He said Angel Studios took 40, right?
No, he said Angel Studios and marketing took 60. They get 40% for production.
Oh, man, this is kind of rough. Like to split it, to have the smaller piece of the pie and still have to do as much work as they have to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're the ones that are in charge of keeping the connection with the audience going. I'm starting to wonder. I know Angel Studios must have done a lot, but I'm starting to wonder, like, what did they do with all this money?
Just to well, some of it's to build their app, because like they don't get all 60%. Some of it goes to marketing and some of it goes to Angel Studios. But like, at least that's what it sounds like to hear. But it kind of sounds like to me, it's like you go into Hollywood and you're a up and coming actor and you sign a contract with somebody to get famous, to be put in a movie with like your agency or anything. And then 3 years down the line, you're getting really recognized and
agency's still pulling out a piece.
Agency's still pulling out. You're only making 10%. And you're like, I need to renegotiate here.
So they're basically saying Angel Studios had the ability to do the initial marketing to get them off the ground.
Yeah, at least for like season 1 and for the Shepherd and stuff.
All right, let's keep going.
To sustain ourselves. And in order to meet the demands and pay our employees, we financed that solely with our gift sales, not the production money that was coming in through Pay It Forwards, which includes books, DVDs, and apparel. Now, have you ever felt annoyed by seeing me all the time doing live streams and offering gifts? Well, without that, we wouldn't have a company. It's as simple as that.
Buy your Chosen merch.
Yeah.
Buy your Binge Jesus shirt.
get your 5 and 2 shirt.
Right.
None of that includes our primary responsibility, which is making the show. The writing, producing, directing, pre-production, post-production, etc. All of that is massive and, of course, requires millions of dollars. And yes, even though our budgets are a fraction of other shows that have our level of viewership, the budgets get bigger every year and fairly significantly. Now, a fair question is, why is that? Well, not only is the story getting bigger and the scope each season as the followers increase of Jesus and we get to Jerusalem, you need to remember that for cast and crew, we are filming 4 to 5 months a year for 7 years, and that takes us off the market for other full-time jobs. So we must make a full-time living from this show. Not to mention that when this show is done, there is no guarantee of a future.
Right.
And then there's me.
Yeah, Dallas said he wasn't going to do any other projects except for one project for a Christmas story that he wanted to do, and he's filmed that already. And so that's the only project that's going to take him away from The Chosen for 7 years. He's got to make some kind of income.
That's crazy that all the full-time employees' salaries are completely off merch, man. That's wild. Like that's crazy, dude. Like just the donations are filming the actual production, right?
Yeah.
That's nuts. Let's keep watching.
I don't want any sympathy, genuinely. This is the opportunity of a lifetime, and it has changed my life and my wife's life and our family immensely. And we've gotten to see and experience some extraordinary things. But this show is year-round, every day. And not only am I the co-writer, director, and producer of a big show, but I'm the co-founder, chief creative officer, and chairman of the board of our large company, as well as our live streamer. And I do videos like this. Normally, a studio or network.
Yeah, you're the. Go ahead.
You're like Obama when he went into office, and then when he came out of office, he's just like looking really old.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, he's the face of The Chosen that's not on the actual show, right?
Yeah.
And it makes
Our
sense.
streamer covers all this, and they have a huge infrastructure to manage it all, and a show just gets to focus on being a show, and I just get to focus on making the show. But we've had to do almost everything from scratch. It simply wasn't sustainable. And financially, to finance future seasons on time, as well as our company, we had to shift. So we came to a new agreement with Angel Studios in 2022, and part of that allowed us to shift our relationship to Come and See, the nonprofit whose mission includes getting The Chosen to the world and financing our production. The old Chosen app became the Angel app, where other projects were added, and we created a new Chosen app solely dedicated to The Chosen. So now, when you donate to Come and See, 100% of your donations goes to the production and marketing and international translations of The Chosen. Again,
hey, that's great news. So it 100% goes to The Chosen now. So like I said, if you guys ever donated to The Chosen, especially through the Come and See, leave it in the chat. I want to see if we got any supporters here.
Let me say that again. 100%. Come and See has guaranteed that future seasons will be financed and on schedule. But of course, they still need your help in making that happen. Gift sales and licenses with third parties, such as other streamers and broadcasters, will continue to financially sustain our overhead and growth as a company. Now, with that 2022 agreement, seasons of the show were released simultaneously on the Angel and Chosen apps before they were released anywhere else. What happened next is the crux of why we are here today. Our contention is that shortly after the agreement, Angel Studios breached our contract on multiple occasions, to the extent that we believed it should be terminated, which would dissolve our relationship with Angel. Angel, of course, disagrees with that assessment. And ultimately, the only way to solve the dispute was to exercise the provision in the contract where we engaged a third-party arbitrator. We wanted to solve this in a biblical way, which was to not make it a public spectacle. Private arbitration was the only way to do this in a way that didn't harm the show or the reputation of Jesus and this project. Now, let me clear up some gross misconceptions I have seen in social media comments. Number one, this was not a lawsuit. Angel didn't sue The Chosen. The Chosen didn't sue Angel. We simply had an arbitrator decide whether or not the contract had been breached and should be terminated. Number two, we didn't come to the decision lightly, but it was our decision to terminate the contract and ask an arbitrator to rule on the termination. I want to make that clear. Number three, no one was doing this for greed or spite or for more fame or to go Hollywood. Please, when it comes to our social media discourse, we must be better. And the mind reading, gossip, and accusations about motive must stop. Both Angel and The Chosen want this show to reach over 1 billion people, and both of us want the show to be sustainable. We just obviously have significant differences of opinion on how to do that and what our future should be. Good people.
Okay, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
He said breach the contract, but we don't know what that meant because, okay, so The Chosen has their own app, and Angel Studios is also as the same time as The Chosen. It gets released on their app. It gets released on Angel Studios.
Right.
What does breaking contract mean? Let's
It's
speculate.
hard to say. I don't know. Did they post The Chosen when they weren't supposed to? Did they at all do any fundraising for The Chosen when it was supposed to be through the Chosen app, through the Come and See? I mean, I don't know. I wasn't following it so closely to know.
Or maybe some of the money that they were supposed to be contributing to marketing for The Chosen because it's going on their app
wasn't used on The Chosen.
It wasn't used on The Chosen. Maybe it was used on one of the biggest animated shows ever, David, that's coming out.
Yeah, if you guys haven't heard, Angel Studios recently made a bold claim that their animated movie, David, is going to be the biggest animated project in film history, which means it would have to beat The Lion King, which is like over $2 billion or something crazy like that. So that's a bold statement to make, but but I guess we'll see on that. But yeah, it's interesting. I guess he's gonna be cryptic here, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't. So it just got announced, and that's kind of why they're allowed to release it now. But I don't know if it's fully over with Angel Studios, and that might be why he's cryptic. And he also, this is where I said he was sugarcoating.
I know it sounds like he's trying to. He doesn't want to slander them, right?
Yeah.
So that's probably why he's being cryptic.
Put it in the comments. What do you guys think they mean by breaching contract from what Angel Studios is doing? What do you guys think that means? Because that could mean a lot of different things.
For sure.
People can disagree. And it's what makes what I'm about to say very sad and not something I take any pleasure in. Yesterday, Tuesday, May 28th, we received the arbitrator's decision, and he comprehensively affirmed our position and agreed that the contract had been breached in multiple and material ways, which means that the contract is indeed terminated, and the Chosen's relationship
material ways. What does he mean by material ways?
I'm not sure.
Material ways. That's
legal. I'm Googling it. System. What does breach a contract in material ways? Let's see
if it gives anything.
I'm seeing in natural ways. Material ways. In contract law, a material breach of contract is a failure to perform a contract that is so significant that it makes the agreement irreparably broken and defeats the contract's purpose. It can also relate to contract's essential elements and deprive the injured party of the benefit they reasonably expect. Okay, so basically it means that it's obvious that it breaks the contract. So there might be a breach in contract that could be talked out of by lawyers, like, oh, it's not truly a breach of contract. I guess material ways means like this is definitively something that breaks the contract.
It's definitely breaking the contract, which, like we said, it's probably either posting it too early or too late. Maybe they could have posted it too late. Like it's supposed to come out on Wednesday. They don't post it till the weekend or something.
I feel like there could be a whole bunch of behind the scenes stuff that the public doesn't see that could breach the contract. So it's hard to even speculate about this.
over. Again, we take no pleasure in this, and we want to reiterate our deep appreciation for their immeasurable role in helping launch this show. I'm going to say that again. We do not take pleasure in this, and I want to thank Angel and the Harmon brothers for their extraordinary efforts in helping launch this show. But we came to the conclusion that we simply had no choice for the future of our company and this show, and the law agreed. Of course, the situation is still ongoing. I can't give you all the details, and I don't know exactly what the future holds in regards to Angel, but here's what it means in the short term. Season 4 will only be available in the Chosen app or on DVD. This Sunday night, episode 1 will launch as a live stream on the Chosen's social media pages and the Chosen app. And then it will be available in the Chosen app exclusively for a window of time. So to be clear, if you want to watch The Chosen Season 4 over the next month, you either need to watch our live streams, watch it via streaming in the Chosen app, or order our Season 4 DVD in our gift store, which will allow you to binge all 8 episodes at once. If you want to watch them all at once and you don't want to wait for our live streams, DVD, the old school way, DVD Blu-ray is the way to do that.
All right.
The Chosen app is totally...
So I don't know they're exclusively DVD. They should be able to, we should be able to buy a digital copy of it. I don't know why.
Well, so basically he's saying, look, he's reiterating this point because it's really important that people who got used to watching it on Angel Studios platform, who may subscribe to it or just are used to have a free account, like I have a free account, right? That was able to watch The Chosen for free over in Angel Studios. He's reiterating, you cannot watch it there no mo. You cannot watch it on Angel Studios.
It also sounds like he's saying for a window of time. So it's going to be up there for a month, and then they're going to have to take it down so that they can get all the contracts and stuff settled with probably, we've talked about
No, hold on.
He said for a window of time.
What I'm saying is it may be for a window of time you can only watch it here. Disney Plus.
You think what he's saying?
Disney Plus just picked it up, right?
Yeah, Disney Plus. It's going on Disney Plus eventually.
Well, so Disney Plus had just recently, for a period of time, contracted The Chosen. So season 1 through 3 is on Disney Plus right now, right?
Yeah.
So in theory, season 4 is going to go on Disney Plus as well, in the same way that The Chosen has come out on Peacock, and I think it wasn't on Netflix at all at any point, I don't think. But basically, like, there's going to be other places you can binge or watch The Chosen. Like 1 through 3 is on Disney Plus right now. He's saying for a window of time, this is going to be the only place you can find it. I'm pretty sure that's what he's saying.
Okay.
Right? Because once it's on the Chosen app, it stays on the Chosen app. It's not going to leave streaming from the Chosen app, right?
I guess not. He didn't. It said a window of time. I was confused by that. So I guess that's what he means.
Perhaps. Let's see.
Really free and easy to find. You just look it up on your mobile device, tablet, or phone. Or to watch it on your TV, which is the best way to watch. It's available free and easy on Apple TV, Fire TV, Roku, and Google TV.
Yeah, that's
other platforms and devices we're working on, but those are the primary 4: Apple TV, Fire TV, Roku, and Google TV. It's also available online at www.thechosen.tv. Some of these things are listed along the bottom of your screen. They'll also be in the description of the video. The Chosen will continue to be free forever. It might not always be free first. Like, seasons might come out and first be available in theaters or on another platform for a time. Potentially, we'll see how the future goes. But The Chosen will always eventually be free. And season 4 will be free starting this Sunday. And of course, seasons 1 through 3 are also free and easy in the Chosen app. Also, very important, if you already have the Chosen app, please update it. You go to the App Store and you click update. It's as simple as that. There will be some new things and there will be some new ways to execute and to engage with this app. So make sure it's updated.
All right.
And they also need to, on top of updating it, they need to make sure their app is good, because I feel like it's going to crash. Last season, there was so many people trying to stream it that it was going down, and a whole lot more people are going to be watching it now because of this.
Right. I think so I will say what he's saying about, it may not be free first. That's important because, think about the opportunity, especially since they're dealing in with nonprofit for fundraising, but also how expensive it is to make this show and to have the staff. They're like paying the staff based on merch sales. That's wild. So like, yeah, they have to make their money. And if you guys missed watching it in the theaters, I watched the whole season 4 in theaters. So I've already consumed this content. I'm sorry if you feel jealous, but I did have to pay. I did have to pay for 3 movie tickets to get the whole thing. So, but that it's first off, it's an incredible season. Make sure you watch it starting this Sunday. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. You have to watch The Chosen season 4. But I think it's important that if you were like, oh, I'm not gonna watch The Chosen season 4 in theaters, well, like when season 5 comes out, I think in 2005, like freaking really consider watching it in theaters, because it's going to come out in theaters. It was a really big success in theaters, both for season 3 and season 4. So highly encourage you to watch it in theaters. You're going to watch it first there, so you actually don't have to wait. Also, it's just worth supporting. If you don't want to make like a relatively sizable donation through Come and See or on the Chosen app, just going to the theater and watching it on a big screen, you enjoy it more, as well as you're supporting the Chosen through your movie ticket. So like, definitely consider watching it in theaters. Let's see if he has anything else to say.
If you have any issues, please email. I want you to write this down. Please email app@thechosen.tv. App@thechosen.tv. If you're on your mobile device, click on the help button. But emailing app.
Right. So if you guys want to hear all of his warnings and concerns and CTA, just go over to his video. Just go to the Chosen YouTube channel if this is the most recent upload over there. But yeah, overall, like it's interesting to see that he got emotional when thinking about, ending the business relationship with the guys over at the Chosen or at the Angel Studios, right?
It clearly is big enough to where like they're breaching a contract to where he feels they need to, but he clearly has ties with even, VidAngel, not even Angel Studios. Like
right. He goes back to
a long
VidAngel
time of doing this at this point. So
yeah, and I think that shows a lot of character. I think it shows a lot of they're not bickering. You know what I mean? Like I think it's pretty clear that they're not bickering, because bickering and negative feelings or being hurt can just lend itself to lack of empathy, or lend itself to lack of grace, or even just not becoming apathetic to other people. And I always say, like, people who know what they're talking about says that the opposite of love is not hate, it's apathy, and you can really tell even just by the moment here when he got a little emotional that he's not apathetic to the guys over at Angel Studios. I think he's very grateful, and I think it probably hurts him to think like, oh, these are the people I've been doing this life-changing project with since the beginning, and now I can't do it with them anymore. And that probably really hurts. Even though they might have they definitely legally they made decisions that broke the contract, not the Chosen, but Angel Studios did. It definitely hurts his spirit, I'm sure, to not be working with the guys that really he probably feels like gave him his shot. But when it comes down to it, I think ultimately this is a show about Jesus, and it's as much as Dallas Jenkins is the guy who's running with this, he's helping write it, he's directing it, he's giving his vision of it. Ultimately, this show is happening, and he'll reiterate it. It's because of people that watch the show, and people that give and donate to the show. That's the reason it exists. There wasn't anybody watching it, or if they didn't make any money or donations after season 1, it wouldn't exist. So, if you guys, I feel like more than any other piece of media, whether music or TV or movies, The Chosen is a show for the people, and truly a show by the people for the people. You know what I'm saying? And so sure. definitely, if you guys haven't considered giving to The Chosen, just support it, man. Just go out and say, hey, we're going to support this. I believe in this cause. I'm going to give $20. We give $20 to season 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, we're not even going to promote our stuff. We're just going to promote them. It's like, we say this all the time for our stuff. For our stuff, it's only $4.99. Give them $4.99. Skip that coffee this week or today. Just today, don't get a coffee at Starbucks.
Right.
And support them. $4.90, $3.99.
Well, I think actually, technically they do have a minimum cap because
for
of
real?
processing fees and stuff. So I think it's probably like $25 or more is the donation limit. So you can't really give them $4
for a week then.
Skip your coffee for a week.
Drink yourself some water or get yourself like a green tea.
All right. But that's all we had to do. We just wanted to share that, wanted to document it, wanted to react to this news. We've been talking about it for a little bit on lives and podcasts. So wanted to put this little legal issue to bed. So now we can
kind of to bed. Put in the comments down below with the playback or the video that goes out for this. What do you think? All the speculative things that he kind of said, the breaching of contract, all that. Kind of give us your thought on that and what that means and everything are surrounding that. Really, let us know in the comments because we're a little confused ourselves. But
well, he intentionally didn't tell us, so there might be some people with bigger insights or better guesses. But ultimately, it's intentionally. We're not supposed to know what that breach was.
Yeah,
we're not supposed to know, or he would have said it. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. We appreciate you guys. Subscribe to the channel. You can watch more Chosen stuff. Also, if you would consider on the playback, I'm going to throw it up on the screen here. You can go check out some of my videos from the Chosen Season 4. I'd greatly appreciate that. Hope you enjoy them. We'll see you next time.